So let's start. Okay. The whole point of this discussion is we want to know why everybody uses Docker. So what is actually a Docker? What is a Docker container? How do you run it? All these things, in order to get up to here, we will go through the history. Okay. And look over here. So basically, in the year 2000, 2001, 2002, lot of companies, they have to buy servers in the data center, and at that time each server used to be like $5,000, and if in case a company has 10 servers, so almost that cost would come up to 50,000, which lot of startup companies would struggle to get that much money to invest upfront. So in the data center at that time, they buy 10 servers, they install their applications, they make sure everything is running fine. So in these servers, they usually install this called as LAMP stack. LAMP stack is nothing but L stands for Linux, which is a free operating system anybody can use for free. It's available online, so it is free. And A stands for Apache. Apache is nothing but a web UI service, right? So if in case, for example, anytime you hit google.com, this user interface, this is behind the screens. It's nothing but a web service that is running behind the screens to provide you this nice UI. So that's why that is what it's called Apache. So anytime, say like for example, if you go to gmail.com and you don't even have an account and you need to sign up for a Gmail account. So when you sign up for a Gmail account, it asks you for your first name, your last name, your email address, previous email address, or your date of birth, and all these things. And once you hit submit, all this data will go and get stored in this database, which is called as MySQL. So MySQL is like a database service where all this data will go and sit over here. So for every application, a database is like a backbone. Without database, nothing. And if this database crash, no matter how good your application is, it won't even come up. Because what people do is they have to sign in again and again. So every time they have to sign in again and again, this application goes and queries the MySQL database, ensures that everything is there. Then it pulls up that information to UI. That's when it lets you log in. So MySQL database is considered this as the heart of a human body. Whereas UI is more like eyes, where user people can see.
Okay.
And Apache, think of it as the nerves that behind the eyes to provide the communication. So this is more like a web service. Okay. And when it comes to PHP, this is actually a programming language. PHP is like an application server where you can build multiple things, like use Tomcat or different things. So this is more like PHP. So all this will make one website. You can write a website having just this whole
LAMP.
thing.
LAMP is a website, whole website.
You can configure a website using this, right?
Configure? Okay.
Yeah. You can make a website using all this, right? So same thing. At that time, so say like 10 servers, I used to run 10 applications on it. But companies think this is really expensive for them. How can we reduce the cost of this hardware? Hardware means these servers. They are so expensive and they can run only one application on it and they feel tired about it. So then VMware comes up. VMware is a software company of its own. This one. This guy will say, we take your server, we install our software on top of that server. Right now you are running 10 applications on 10 servers. Instead of 10, I will make you run 100 applications on these 10 servers. So 100 applications on these 10 servers. But you have to pay for this license. You have to pay them some money and you have to tell them that, hey, I want some Windows, some Linux on these 10 servers. So anytime a server is being bought, there are 3 things that needs to be looked at. Okay, one is the CPU, which is the heart of any machine, which is called central processing unit. The second one is the RAM, which is memory, and third one is the hard disk. Even when you buy a laptop, you look for these 3 things. That is a major thing. If the CPU is more, the faster the laptop will be.
Yeah.
If the RAM is more, if the CPU is more, I should say, the number of actions you can do can be faster. Means you can do 10 or 12 different things at the same time with no slowness. RAM is more like speed. When you open up, an application opens up quickly. But if the RAM is low, it takes some time to open up. RAM is nothing but memory, which is like temporary, that is used to open up your daily activities. And hard disk is like anything that you do, it gets stored in the database. It gets stored in the hard drive. That is nothing but hard drive. So for any server, these are the most important things, right? These are the most important things. So say like for VMware, when you do this thing, right? So this guy says, okay, you pay me this much. Instead of 10 applications, I will make sure you will run 100 applications. And I will give you everything. I'll manage software updates on it. I will update security patches on it. I will make sure multiple network connections go through each of these instances. I will make sure you will have Windows, you have Linux, you have Mac OS X, whatever you want, I will get you. But you have to pay me. But when compared to this cost, this is far more better actually. Because on this one, I have only 10 applications that are running. But companies can benefit more if they just pay a small amount to this guy.
100 application.
Yeah. And then they can still run 100 applications. So now comes the Docker. Docker says, whatever this guy is doing, I will do it for free. You don't even have to pay me anything. I'll do it for free.
That's really good.
It's all open source. I will do it for free. It's just that I can't provide you a UI. Everything again you should do via command line. So command line means, again like Linux, how do you have to learn commands over here? You have to learn some basic commands over here to make it run. Right? So for a lot of software companies, this is very easy to get on board because they just buy 2 or 3 servers, right? Startup companies, and they install Docker on it, and they can run thousands of Docker containers on those 3 machines, right? And just still achieve whatever they are doing here over here. They can still achieve this LAMP stack, Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. They can still achieve that using these Docker containers. So now you can say, okay, each server has so much memory, CPU and hard disk. How can you run thousands of applications with good performance? So the reason why is when you install a Linux operating system, right? There are different flavors in Linux operating system. They have Ubuntu, which is one operating system. They have CentOS. They have Red Hat Linux. They have different operating systems even under Linux. Gentoo. There are different operating systems even under Linux. So you will say, okay, I have Docker installed, but how can I make sure that all my applications are performing really well considering these 3 factors? So now, say like for example, a Docker container is nothing but, Docker means it's an individualized Docker container. It is nothing but you want to have a standalone application of your own. For example, you have a Java application that is running. Okay? You have a Java application that is running, right? So what happens is, say like you install this Linux operating system on one VM, right? So it just doesn't install what you need. It installs everything. It installs date package. It installs npm package. It installs Apache package. It installs several other packages, which indirectly takes up all the CPU, RAM, and hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Means you're not using this Docker efficiently. So what you are saying is, in Docker you have something called as Docker file.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is, in that Docker file you just specify what you need, and it will install only that one for your application to run with maximum performance. With maximum performance it will run only what you need. It doesn't install everything. We don't need all of that. We need only something that can make your Java application run. So that's why these Dockers are so fast. They can spin up in milliseconds and they can come down in milliseconds. They can run up and down. They're very cost effective. So for example, in here, olden days, we have 10 servers, 10 applications. Then VMware came, instead of 10, they said like, I can run 100 applications with better performance. But these guys will say, I can run 1,000 applications on the same thing. Still considering all this, like it's cost effective, better performance, and really fast and available. So that's where these come into play.
Wow.
So so basically what you are doing is, it's the same application, but you are telling there's a heart of this file called as Docker file, which is the heart of this file. So in this file you basically will tell, I want only this packages to be installed on certain directories. I don't want anything else. So that will help you to save a lot of CPU, memory, and RAM. All these things it will help you save. So the minute you efficiently do that, you're saving a lot of money on the hard drive and still getting all your applications out so the customers can use it with short input, like with short investment. Only little investment, you can still drive all the way down to get all these containers and whatnot. So that's when the Docker comes into play. So again, where you run this, you have your own data center. When you have your own data center, you have to pay for the electricity, you have to pay for the internet, you have to pay for the security. All these are added costs. So that's when Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud Platform or like Azure, these all guys come in. So say like here you have Docker, you are running all this in your data center. Say per month you are paying, per month, say like you are paying $5,000, for example. Per month you are paying $5,000. So then Amazon Web Services guy, they say, you don't even have to pay me $5,000 per month. You can pay me $1,000 per month, and I will make sure you have all these running in my environment, which is called the cloud. That's why everybody want to go cloud, crazy like that. So instead of you talking to a data center, dealing with the internet cost, PG&E cost, and the security guy being there, and it being locked all the time. Instead of you dealing with that, Amazon says, I have data centers with me. I will deal all that stuff. You don't have to do anything. I will just provide you these servers, you install on them, you run them, everything. For how much you use, I will charge you only that. Say like in 24 hours, you use only 12 hours, I will charge you only for 12 hours. And other 12 hours you shut it down, I won't even charge you for anything. So whatever you have, Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP, all these things are there on Amazon Web Service. And so AWS says, like, whatever you want, I will give you. And how much ever you want to use, you will pay only that for me. And this cost, instead of paying $5,000 per month based on your usage, you might be paying only $1,000 per month. So see, like from 50,000, your cost almost came up to $1,000. But it again depends on how much usage you have. So basically, the whole point of this session is, nowadays everybody wants to go to cloud. So if in case you want to start up a software company, right, you don't have to have 50,000 upfront. to buy all the servers. You just need to have 1,000 to host your services on Amazon or Google Cloud Platform or Microsoft Azure to run everything whatever is required. You don't need this much money. So that's where Amazon makes a lot of money. Like they make a lot of revenue. That's why they are in the leader. Amazon is the leader for all the services that are there, cloud services. Then comes Azure. Azure is a Microsoft service. They also do the similar thing, but they are called as Microsoft Azure. Third is the Google Cloud Platform, who makes more revenue. So, but Amazon is still the leader. The place where Amazon is, these services are still trying to catch up. That's why Amazon, like the CEO, he's the top 1 billionaire now. Because he invested in this, he thinks that a lot of people will benefit through that, and he started it, and he's way ahead of the race where others are still behind. So that's the whole point of what a Docker is and where actually you can host them in the cloud. A lot of people say, oh, it's in the cloud. What do you mean by cloud? Cloud means
Docker.
it's a data center. Cloud means it's a data center, not managed by you, but managed by someone else, where you use their services and you make things, you make your own out of it. For example, Gmail. Gmail is a cloud application. Means you log in to Gmail, you enter in your email address, password, you can check all your mails and you can sign out, or you can send mails or whatnot. So basically, when you log into Gmail, Gmail is nothing but it's a cloud application. You don't know where it is. It is in the Google data center that you are using for free for up to 15 GB, and after that you have to pay. So that's why Gmail is a cloud application. Yahoo Mail is a cloud application. But if you have your own company and you say, oh, I want to have my own email, what should I do? Then you should come up with your own email server. You should come up with your own IP addresses to whitelist or blacklist. You should say, for example, your company name is me. Okay. So all your company's email addresses will be jelly@me.com, kranti@me.com. So how do you set this up? You need to set up an email server on your company. Make sure all their email address. That is one way. Or you can say, go to Google and say, hey, I have a small business. I have 100 employees with me and I need an email server. So Google will say, okay, for this business account, these are the rates. For 100 users, it is $1,000, 200 users, $5,000, something like that. So for 100 users, you pay for Google, and then all your email addresses will be at me.com. But it's basically like you log in into Google, but email addresses will still be me.com, and Google will manage it for you because it's a cloud application. You don't have to do anything. You just pay for Google, that's all. Instead of you taking care of all of that stuff, install my email server on your data center, making sure it runs and all that stuff, you don't have to worry about it. Google will take care of that. They just say you pay me a small amount and we'll make sure that you are there. So that's why right now we are Broadcom, right? Like I work for Broadcom company. So all our email is on Broadcom, even though it looks like Gmail, but if you see any emails, it's like @broadcom.com. Means Broadcom has paid Google some amount for all its employees to use their application. So that's why Broadcom doesn't have to worry about like who their email service, where instead of hosting the email in the data center, they just go outside and use that is already there. Same thing, Box is a cloud application. You log into the website, you upload your files. You don't even know where your files sit. All you are using is their application. That's where it is called a cloud application. So that's the end of this session for now.